Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Natasha Baxter and I like to play with makeup. So if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the subscribe button down below. And without further ado, let's get into the video. I'm just going to go in with my concealer and dot my usual spots. Let me know in the comments down below if you like a brightening concealer or if you just like a normal everyday concealer that just evens you out slightly and gives your face some sculpting or dimension. So just patting that into my skin. The more I play around with this concealer, the more I kind of figure out how much product is okay. Because this foundation, this concealer is full coverage, and I've noticed that in previous videos, if I apply too much of this concealer, it kind of fans out onto like my entire face, and it's kind of like my face is covered in concealer, and I don't like that look. I just want this area to look a little sculpted, a little brighter, a little more youthful, says the 21-year-old. Going over here. And with this concealer, I find it a lot easier with a beauty sponge. The concealer is the L'Oreal Infallible Molding Concealer in the shade 332. Not entirely sure. Amber. It's called Amber. Alright, so there is no powder in the top part of this foundation on this also. Just gonna put that to the side. So I like to, oh, now it's dirty. I'm gonna turn it upside down, shake it, turn it back, open, and you'll have powder in the lid section. And then I'm gonna use the brush I haven't used in a while. Just tapping it in. I don't know why whenever I do makeup, I kind of do it in a teaching style. Like I explain everything that I do, but it's kind of become a habit for me, and some people who watch my videos don't mind that I do it this way, but other people, they kind of have an idea of how to do their own makeup. Don't like it. So in this video, I'm gonna give you the best of both worlds. Okay, I'm going to try and not explain too much of what I'm doing in a sense, and just do my makeup. So I'm getting a lot more engagement when I post on a Sunday, but during the week it's kind of like people don't have the time or don't want to. I'm fine either way. I have a certain, well, I have goals that I want to reach before the end of this year, and I met one of those goals, and I'm really excited, but I'm not going to say anything about it yet because I know how people are, and if people know that I've reached my goal, then yeah, people like to sabotage, and I've experienced that before. So I don't want to experience it again. This brush is actually quite nice to contour with. It's very subtle contour. You know? Very subtle. That is a lot less subtle. Just gonna go in here to this forehead and swirl it around. I don't actually use this brush all that often, to be honest. I feel like this brush is a bit too dense for me. I personally like fluffy brushes. The only dense brushes I use is for foundation. This brush is shading. But anyway, that brush broke, so we are just using what we have. Going into bronzer with the same brush. Should I use this brush? So just going in the back and kind of smiling, blending it, blending it, blending it. And it's okay if this area doesn't look okay. If there's too much bronzer sitting there, because you can always just use your hair and cover. Okay, I'm giving you my cheating tips. If you see me in public, please don't pull my hair back, because you'll see my secret. Going in over here. So just blending that into my hairline. Woo. Okay. I'm gonna go into some blush now. If it decides to open. Yes, it did. Yeah. So just gonna do this. And kind of flick it on. I'm going to be using this. Oh, it's so dusty. Oh my word. This LA Girl brow kit. It is a powder kit, and I don't use it all that often, but I'm going to use it today because, yeah, I want to switch up my brow routine. I don't want to just be using the same brow pencil all the time, you know. So just filling it in with a brush, and I feel like this is a bit more precise because you have complete control of the brush. You can go as dark or as light as you want to, and then you can just fill it out. So I'm kind of just drawing the outline of my brow, and then you can just do a couple of strokes within that section and just create the shape that you want. I used to hate using powder brow products because I didn't know how to use them. So now, because I went to go and study makeup, we only use powder brow products, and I kind of learned from then on that it's not as difficult as you make it seem. And I feel like I always used to make it seem like, oh my word, it's powder, you know, it can get everywhere. But the thing is, now that I've played around with powder brow products, especially this one, I'm finding it a lot easier than, say, a wax-based pencil or brow pencil, a gel or pomade. But again, like, if it's your preference and you are comfortable with doing that and you know how to do it, then by all means, do your thing. So just going over some areas to give it some more shape. My brows are not that shapely. I often overdraw my brows, or I do it like this where I keep it natural, just fill in where my brow is. But there's this tail section that I always like to just make it look a little bigger, because I feel like the tail of my brows are so thin looking that it doesn't really suit my face. So just for the end, just going to thicken that up a bit, give it a tail, more like an arch actually, not a tail. Just, yeah. Okay, so now I'm gonna go into eyeshadow. This is the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions palette. It is 9 eyeshadows in here. Oh my god, how do I hold this? 9 eyeshadow shades in here, super simple. So let's play. I'm going to dip into this dark shade over here. Fortunately for me, there is a mirror in this palette, so I'm just going to place that dark shade in my crease. I'm just trying something new. Like whenever I'm doing my eyeshadow, I always try to find different ways to do my eyeshadow. Sometimes I'll pack it on, sometimes I'll strategically place eyeshadow and then blend it just to see what the outcome will be. Like today, I just want to place the eyeshadow and see what happens. So this is the same thing as just applying eyeshadow to your lid, to your crease, but instead of blending, you're just kind of placing that color all over the crease. I don't know what happened in this crevice, but alright. So just putting that in the crease. That looks crazy. Now I'm gonna go into the shade over here and place that slightly above where that dark brown shade is. I'm trying not to blend it, but I am blending it, so yeah, just placing. So just layering eyeshadows creates that gradient that I like. I always like colors to kind of melt into one another instead of just being, there's a dark brown, there's an orange, there's a yellow. I want these colors to become one on my lid. To my infamous blend into the brown. Okay, so one eye is looking okay. The other eye, I don't know what she's trying to be, but she's not trying to be what I wanted it to be. So just blending in this area over here. Blend, blend, blend. Blend until it becomes what you need it to become. Now I'm gonna do the part that I've been looking forward to. Placing that on my lid. That's really pretty. Just working it all over my lid. This is gonna take a while because yeah, I want it to be as pigmented as possible and I don't want there to be any gaps on my lid. Alright. It kind of looks glossy, like it's so shiny. Just working the shade all over. Okay. Just over here. This bald spot. And you can go a little over where your crease is, just so that you can see the shimmer shade more when your eyes are open. That's what I like to do. So when you open, you can actually see that. So if this is my wing, I want it to be here. So I'm just gonna fill in this part. And do this. You know what the funny thing is? Like I always say I'm gonna do a thin liner, but I eventually almost always just make it bigger. Okay, so now that we have one wing on this side, we have to now tackle the other side and make sure that it's equal. Kind of want to do it halfway. Ooh, liner is flicking, eyeshadow is flicking into my eye. And then going over to the other side and blending that in. Just coat them. And then I'll do my bottom lashes after I apply my falsies. So now that my lashes are applied, I'm going to coat my lower lashes with mascara. And I need to look up for this, so just gonna coat them really slowly. Make sure to get every single hair. In the previous video, I lined it a bit too far, if we are being completely honest. What I mean. So in the previous video, I overlined the bottom as well, and that did not look, it looked good. It's just something that I don't normally do, so it looked different for me. But by all means, if you are feeling that heavily overdrawn lip look, do it. Do it. And yeah. Now we're just going to my trusty NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in Lime. I've had this product, the Soft Matte Lip Cream from NYX for the longest time. I have to go get more. I got it about 2 years ago, and I didn't use it that often, but now I'm using it like it's about to go out of fashion. So let's go into highlight. Oh yes. I'm using this Ofra highlighter, but the shade Blissful. It's a more, I want to say rose gold colored highlighter, as opposed to Rodeo Jive, which is straight up gold. So I'm just going to put that on my skin. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna put that on my skin. Let me look radiant and glowy and look like all the good things in the world. Really love the shade. Ooh. And just kind of blend that out. Don't worry, I didn't forget about that inner corner highlight. We're gonna do it. Just gonna get right in here, because I like this a little shiny, to be honest. That was my stomach. So going in with the inner corner highlight, just gonna tap that off and put that right in there. I've really been loving an inner corner highlight with some of my looks, not all of my looks. I feel like sometimes if a look is already so shimmery and shiny, the inner corner highlight is kind of overkill for me. For me, not for all people, for me. But I feel like this look is just the right amount of, you know, matte and metallic lid. So there is no harm in some highlight, you know. Wow. Wow. This is a look. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more looks like this, please click on either one of these videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!